your dream is really the blueprint for your life.
You're listening to the Johny Pach Show, where I connect you to the most influential, masterful minds of this generation. We're gaining insight into their lives, their achievements, and the stories along the way. Stick around if you too are determined to succeed. Okay, guys, now a very morning to everybody on this podcast show. And I have a fantastic guest all the way over from Los Angeles. This person is a transformative speaker, author, and emotional intelligence practitioner with a passion to empower individuals to live their dreams through intentional and purposeful living. She's a visionary thought leader that delivers an enthusiastic and emotionally charged holistic message of perfection through the principle of oneness that fires an immediate vibrational shift in consciousness. Her core method eliminates fear and negative self-talk, stimulating the power to rise above life's daily challenges, to live the life of your dreams. She's been recognized by Entrepreneur Magazine, CNBC, the Los Angeles Times, the NY Daily News, the Chicago Tribune, and many radio and television broadcasts. She holds a Doctor of Philosophy and dual ministerial ordinations of metaphysics and is a licensed spiritual practitioner. She is the CEO of Fierce Impact, the Power of Feminine Fire, an empowerment movement for women, and editorial director for Today's Guru magazine, and co-author of What is Courageous Women. Please welcome Dr. Diva Verdun. How are you?
Fabulous. How are you, Johnny?
I'm very well. That was literally the longest bio that I've read, but as I was reading it, I was just feeling such a great energy just fizzle through me. I feel energized after that.
That's what I want.
Oh, right. Look, thank you so much for staying awake. And literally, it's like, what, 12:30 at night there? And you're with me on this podcast. That's amazing stuff. How are you feeling? You good?
I'm good. Let's do this. Let's do it.
Right. Let's absolutely do this. Look. How long have we known each other? I was trying to figure this out. I think maybe about 6 years, 7 years.
Somewhere close to 10, yeah. Somewhere in there.
Oh, my God.
It's been a minute.
That makes me feel so old. But, like, I wanted...
Hey, you're not old. I'm your mom.
Look, for the listeners back home, I must say Diva was like my LA/mum. That's what she was. And, you know, we used to catch up regularly. It was quite an adjustment living to LA. So to get your experience and your positive words throughout my whole journey was just fantastic. And I really want to thank you for that. And obviously, your wonderful son, Ian, who's a good pal of mine. I'm looking forward to giving Ian and yourself a hug when I move back out there, you know?
Oh, I mean, you know, we welcome you because you're just part of the family. So
absolutely.
Can't wait till you and your beautiful fiance come on back to LA.
That's it. Why not? We have to be there. It's like...
Gotta be here.
It's where my heart's taking me. How was your quarantine birthday the other day? What did you get up to? Happy birthday.
That was a wonderful experience. I just, spent most of the time with my son and his husband. And my son and his husband, they gave me these beautiful flowers. His husband is actually a celebrity stylist. So I got a total makeover and I had a photo shoot and, beautiful Indian food to eat, and just ate too much, and a huge red velvet cake. And it was just the three of us. So it was a great birthday. They tried to fill in the time, being my 60th birthday and all. So
man,
do the party. So he says, we'll have to do it on the 61st when the quarantine is over. But it was a great birthday. It was really fun.
Oh, wow. So your plans are actually to have a full-on shindig, like...
Oh, yeah. You 60? That's a milestone.
Congratulations, by the way. And like, for the listeners back home, I will throw it out there. You look about 35 to 40.
Hey, yeah, it's called aspirational aging.
That's a good way to look at it. I like it. Now, Diva, for the listeners back home, we're going to cover some pretty meaty conscious style moments here. But for the listeners back home, because I don't want to say that you're obviously a life coach, but could you expand on that a little bit more for me? Your presence within the spiritual world.
Well, my background is basically in metaphysics, and I have a dual metaphysical ordination, so I am an actual minister. But I call myself a very radical minister because I don't buy into a lot of the traditional concepts of what religion is. I lean more into spirituality than into the religious aspect. The problem is that most people really think spirituality is religion.
Yeah.
So you have to talk to people from an empowering standpoint where they can understand that spirituality is basically your relationship with yourself and whoever you feel is the higher power that is in your concept of what a higher power, the creator, actually is. So I tend to try to work with people more on I don't want to say a worldly basis, let's say a more of a common sense basis rather than going off into biblical issues or spiritual issues, or I like to kind of stay in more of the zone of universal consciousness because people are really starting to look for answers. People don't want you to actually give them a lot of, scripture or talk, woo-woo religious concepts, or they want answers. People want answers.
Yeah.
It's good to have all of the religious stuff and all those things are good. But at some point when people are going through, they want to find answers to their problem, and sometimes spirituality has been a difficult grasp for people because they haven't really been given the tools that they need in order for them to find the answers that they seek.
I got you. Now tell me then, let's dive straight into this. How do we seek the answers? What are the tools to obtain those answers?
Well, seeking answers first starts off with really getting seriously still within yourself. And you have to really start to face yourself. I like a quote that I found that you had written on something you posted back in 2015, Johny. It said, you stated, if you take responsibility for your life, you will accomplish your dreams. And that's something that you quoted. And it really fills in the blanks to the question that you're asking me because it goes back to taking responsibility for yourself. And most people want to put the blame on other people, on the government, on other issues, on a lot of different things, and a lot of those things do play into it. But if you really want to accomplish being in a position to empower your life, you have to take responsibility for your own stuff, pretty much.
Yeah.
We all have suffered through, some type of a trauma, whether it be, childhood trauma, going through emotional issues or business failures or something. We've all gone through failures and trauma that has caused us to want to be in a position to change our lives, but we get ourselves into a barrier or a bunker where we can't get out of the hole because we're too afraid to move past the trauma because we don't want to experience the trauma again. And so we're scared to go deep within to actually look at the dream that we actually have for our lives. And the only way that we can do that is we have to really start to take responsibility for ourselves. We have to take responsibility for what happened in the past, how we may have played into the part of what happened in the past. And if we didn't play into the part of what happened in the past, what was our thought going on at that particular time? Did we feel like we were victims or were we a victim? Or what is it that you should be learning from that? And all of that is part of contemplation and meditation so that you can actually get to the core of whatever it is that your trauma is. So if you heal the core of yourself, then you can start to build on that and be in a position to build your life so that you can empower yourself to live your dreams.
Absolutely love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. And just to kind of look at where we're at now in terms of our consciousness, the title of this show is Contagion to Consciousness, the Shift from Quarantine and Racism to Global Awareness. And obviously, right now, this year, the world stopped, as you clearly mentioned. COVID-19, global pandemic, caused fear, depression, unemployment, quarantines. Can I ask, everything that's happened this year, is this kind of Mother Nature telling us to stop for a moment and reflect on our lives? And also, going by my quote, you've got to take full responsibility for your life. Where is our consciousness right now? And where is it in America for the American people with everything that's going on right now?
Yeah, I think that it's not just Mother Nature. It's at a higher level than that. For me, it's what I call a universal spiritual evolution. I think that what we're experiencing right now is a total shift in evolution, where we're moving into a totally new dynamic in consciousness as people all over the world are awakening. Because this whole pandemic thing, to me, the way that I receive what's going on right now from a positive standpoint, we have a contagion of a virus that is a health crisis all over the world happening at the same time. The contagion of the virus has also sparked an opportunity for people to sit at home in their stuff, where they do have to take responsibility for whatever it is that's going on in their experience. So if you have a job that you want the job because you need the money, because you have to pay the bills, and now you're stuck at home with no job, with no money coming in, and you're dependent on the government, people are starting to go within and starting to find out that they have creativity within them, that they can create different things.
Right.
And we're starting to see a whole different birth of a whole new ideal of what it means to be a human being in society now. George Floyd gets murdered. George Floyd's murder actually was like igniting a powder keg of consciousness. So people all over the world are awakening. And so George Floyd's death has become the symbol of consciousness for an awakening on the planet. So it's bigger than just Black Lives Matter. So it's just a catalyst. The Black Lives Matter is a catalyst for a global awakening of consciousness. And that's why we're seeing the uprising of protests happening all over the world. And George Floyd's picture is now in Syria. It's on the Berlin Wall. It's everywhere. So how does a person go from being nobody the day before he was killed to becoming a global icon martyr? So what is going on right now, to me, this whole contagion of a virus has become a contagion of an awakening of a consciousness on the planet. So that's why I feel like there's a shift. There's a shift from this whole quarantining process, which is, racism is a part of it. Governmental control is a part of it. Spiritual evolution is a part of it. There's so many different things that are growing out of this, and people are awakening at a level that's so wonderful and so fantastic that it's becoming a fire alarm for those that are in governmental power. And so they're trying to figure out how to suppress it, but you can't suppress something once it's out of the box.
Yeah.
You can't put it back in. And for those people that are like myself, that are thought leaders, this is the absolutely most amazing time for our planet. It is amazing time for empowerment. It's an amazing time for us to step into our dreams. It's an amazing time for us to unite as global citizens. It's an amazing time of so many wonderful things that are happening. And people are like, this is the new normal. Well, the new normal is not wearing masks and being afraid you're going to catch the COVID-19. The new normal is being awake, being an awakened person that understands what's going on at the universal level that is connected directly to self. So that's my whole take on this whole COVID-19, the Black Lives Movement, George Floyd, and all the other things that seem like they're so negative. We have to look at it from a positive standpoint as something that's really empowering, happening on a global level. So it's more than just Mother Nature. It's the whole universal consciousness, the creator, the whole unfolding of the new that is happening. So there's a global healing that's happening on all levels. And it's just unique that it's happening from the standpoint of the contagion of a virus. So from healing from health to healing in mindset to healing on a global consciousness, it's just amazing.
I completely agree with you. There is a great universal conscious shift that is operating right now. But you know the weird thing? I don't think us as humans, I don't think we've acknowledged it yet. I don't think we've taken a step back and we've actually seen that there is a gigantic conscious shift in the world right now. I think when everybody in America stops the looting and the rioting and the protesting, I think after all of this, they're gonna stand back and look at everything on paper and think, wow, that was a really crazy time, but hasn't it changed my life forever right now? And just make everybody very focused on where they want to get to and how they could live a life of prosperity and a more fruitful life to come.
Yes, we're having a shift in consciousness from fear of a virus to courage to effectuate a change on the planet. I mean, we're literally experiencing a universal spiritual evolution, which is a conscious shift as people all over the planet are awakening to create a new world of freedom from division and greed and hate. You know, people are starting to go within and seeing that, I lost my job, but now I'm not afraid of the fact that I lost my job because I can create something new for myself, which is what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And people have been unemployed for so long, and I've been busy as I don't know what. I haven't had had at home time to be, worried about what am I supposed to do. But people are starting to understand they can use this time to create something that they really want for their life. And so one of the things that I teach people is what you got to go in and figure out what it is that you really, 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 truly want.
Yeah.
What do you want for your life? What do you want to live? What do you want to happen? Where do you want to be? What is your lifestyle? What is your dream? What is the dream that you have for your life? Most people are afraid to dream of what it is that they want for their life because they don't feel that they deserve it. You deserve it by the mere fact that you're here. You're not here by mistake. You're here on purpose. You are a divine design. You're here by divine design, here to create only something that you yourself personally can create. Nobody else can create it. Just you. And whatever that is, you have to go within and find it.
It's a really exciting time to be alive, really. A lot of people will be looking at this year of, just a negative thought process of, did you remember 2020? Man, what a shit year. But really, when we come out of all of this, you're absolutely right. A universal conscious shift, and then a strong focus on living your dreams. And I want to touch on what you just said there. Tell me, what are the blueprints of living your dreams? And from all of the shift that's happened this year, where's it going to take us now with living your dreams?
Well, first thing is that your dream is really the blueprint for your life.
Yeah.
So if you have a dream, the dream is there because you were created to live it. And a lot of people don't understand that. And they can't understand why they have this burning thing within inside of them that they want to do. Whatever it is that you just, if you want to be a person that builds fences, I'm talking about real fences, the fences that divide yards. You want
not rioting fences.
Yeah, that builds a fence. Or do you want to be a person that does plumbing? You want to be an entrepreneur? You want to be a philanthropist? You want to be an actor? Whatever it is that you decide that you want to be as far as a vocation, that is your dream. That's the dream that you have for your life. That dream is your blueprint. It is what you use to get to where it is that you're wanting to go. The logistics of putting it into place is not the same thing as the dream. People lose sight of the dream. If you lose sight of the dream, you don't have a direction. There's no direction. So you flip around, from one thing to another thing and can't understand why you're so unhappy. Yeah. It's because you lost the dream. When you were a little kid, you had this dream of what you wanted to be when you grow up, and that doesn't happen. And then the world starts putting all this stuff and responsibilities and whatever on you, and people are depressed because they're not following their dream. So you have to focus on that dream. The dream is your blueprint. It's how you actually break through and get to the next side. You have to deal with your own disbelief that's within you. It's always done unto you as you believe. So whatever it is that you believe in mind is what you will manifest in your experience. And it simply goes down to what you believe you're going to get up in the morning. I believe that I'm going to have a bad day. I'm going to have a bad day. Yeah. If you believe it's going to be a fantastic day and everything is great, that's exactly the kind of day that you have. So everything else follows the belief. So we have to get to a point where we're mindful enough to clear the belief system. What is my belief system about my dream? Do I believe that I cannot attain it, that I don't deserve it, that I'm not worthy of it, or that I don't have enough money to make it happen, or I don't know enough the right people to make it happen? Guess what? All of those are the things that you're manifesting into your experience. You're manifesting into your experience all of the things that you believe about your dream. So if you're believing that you can't attain it, then that is what you are actually manifesting into your experience. And it's not a very easy process to retrain your mind to believe in something that you cannot see. And that's why it's called a dream, because you can't see it yet. But you've got to believe in your dream until you can make it possible. And the word impossible is actually I'm possible.
Yeah, I was going to say. The Wayne Dyer quoted that really nicely. I absolutely loved him. And he quoted that really nicely. I was going to ask you, you're absolutely right. We get distracted in our day-to-day lives, watching the news and having those feelings of stress and anxiety. And this limits us from living our dreams. And it also prevents us from looking into our blueprints. Now, tell me, for the listeners back home, what are the practices that we can put in place to access our blueprints to then live our dreams?
Well, contemplation and meditation are great to start with. Yeah. First, sit down and make a list of what it is that you want for your life. What do you really want for your life? What is it that you truly want to live? What type of lifestyle do you want? Sit down and vision it out. What is it that you truly dream? And write it down. Write it down and start to live in the dream again. People don't live in their dream anymore. They live in their nightmare. Okay? You're living in the nightmare you created for your life. So that's what you see all day. Oh, I don't have enough money. I have the car broke, or the job is closed, or whatever the situation is. They're living in the nightmare of it instead of living in the dream of it. What is it that you're learning from the process? Make a list of what it is you're learning from the processes that you've gone through. If you can see all of the negative things that have happened in your experience, and you can take each one of those negative things in your experience and sit down and figure out what did I learn from this experience? Because everything that we go through is a learning opportunity that takes us another step towards realization. The realization that there is a power that lives within us that really wants us to have the dream. And what people don't understand is that the word desire, if you have something that you desire in your life, the word desire means of the creator. DE is of, and sire is creator. It means creator. So people don't understand that if you desire to have something happen in your life, it's because the creator put it within you. So that dream that you have for your life is something that is ordained within you. And you have to get to a point where you can sit down and contemplate what it is that you really, really, truly want. And when you get to that point where you know what it is that you want, now you start to focus on how you deserve it. You deserve it because it is something that was put within you by the creator. It is something that the creator has placed within you, which is your roadmap for your life. And so just because it's there is the reason why you deserve it. And once you begin to understand that you deserve it, you will not let anything take you from that. You're going to move toward it. Sadly, a lot of us, we get to be older where we go through a lot of things, and I'm speaking of myself, 60 years old, understanding what my dream is for my life.
Yeah.
Going through a lot of different situations, but all of those things were all learning opportunities for me. And now I feel like an extremely empowered person because of some of the things that I've gone through in my experience, all of which are extremely negative and not very happy stories to tell.
Yeah.
If you have time to tell, you have to read the book. You'll have to read the book to get all those stories, but they have made me a very much so wiser person and somebody that is very happy with my life at this point, because all of those things make me who I am today. They make me the person that I am today. They make me joy-filled every day because I understand that it's not about what's happening in the world. It's about what's happening within me. It's about me. Everything is about me. Everything in life is about you. It's not about all the stuff that's happening outside of you. It's about you, because when you change what's happening in your experience, the world will change to mirror you.
Sustain Health magazine online for everything you need to live a happy, healthy and prosperous life. From mental to physical well-being, be sure to subscribe now at www.sustainhealth.fit.
You're so right. And that was leading me on nicely to the law of attraction. And I'd like to ask you, is there a physical energy behind the law of attraction? And how can my listeners activate the law of attraction?
They're already activated. It's already activated in everyone's life. The law of attraction is working daily all the time. It goes back to what I originally said. It's always done unto you as you believe. If you believe you're having a good day, you'll have a good day. That's the law of attraction.
Yeah.
If you believe that you're having a bad day, you will have a bad day. It's already activated. For those that understand biblical scripture, it says in the scriptures, it says that the law is no respecter of person, is what it says. The law of attraction is one of the universal laws. It is no respecter of person, which means not people, it means thought. That's what it means. It's a code word. Person is a code word in scripture that means thought. So it's no respecter of what you think. If you think negative, you manifest negative. If you think positive, you manifest positive. And it's literally that simple. Everyone's trying to make the law of attraction be this big secret. That's the great word.
Yeah.
It's not a big secret. You're manifesting the law of attraction daily, all day long, through what you think. It's done unto you as you believe. And it's literally that simple.
Does mindfulness play a great impact and a great part to play with the law of attraction? And what is mindfulness to you?
Well, there's the difference between mindfulness and mindset.
Yeah.
Okay. Mindfulness is the understanding of where your mind is set at. So if my mindset is negative, I am mindful of the fact that I am currently in a negative thought process.
I got you. Okay.
Okay, so there is a difference between mindset and mindfulness. Mindfulness is being able to be in control of what it is that is going on in your own mind, because your mind is literally the activator of the universal process. The universal process holds all of the laws within it, which is the law of attraction is one of them. Again, it's done unto you as you believe. So you have to go back and become mindful of what it is that's going on in your thought processes. What do you truly believe? Do you believe that you deserve the dream? Or do you believe the dream is so far away that it can never be accomplished?
You know, from what you just mentioned there, throughout a lot of the interviews on this podcast, we've discussed the word success quite vigorously. What does success mean to yourself in a spiritual sense?
Well, success is relative.
Yeah.
Okay. Success is being able to get up in the morning and being able to walk. Success is being able to get up in the morning and being able to pull the covers off of yourself. Success is being able to have a positive conversation with somebody and you both understand what each other are talking about. So people think that success goes straight to how much money you have in the bank. That is not success.
Yeah.
Okay. That is how much money you have in the bank.
Yeah.
Being able to understand that you are a divine design on the planet. You win by the mere fact that you are here. Okay. When you came here, there's a sperm that is only one out of millions that actually fertilized the one and only egg, which became you.
Yes.
You are a winner from the egg. So you are a walking success.
Yeah.
So this is the reason why I say success is relative. Everyone wants to relate success to how much money they have or how much power they have or how much of all of these. No, from a spiritual standpoint, you are a success from the mere fact that you were born.
I absolutely love that. The next time,
you have, if you want to talk go a deeper level, I like the word millionaire. People have this thing about millionaire means that I have how much money I have in the bank again. It has nothing to do with how much money you have. You are a millionaire by the mere fact that you are here. How many millions of blood cells are in your body right now? How many millions of molecules are you breathing in every moment? You are already a multi-millionaire. You cannot count what is going on in the physical body that you live in. How many thoughts do you have in a day? How many thoughts do you have in a year? You are already a millionaire. And if you can change your mindset to understand that you're a millionaire, to understand that you are a success from birth, to understand that you deserve anything that you dream because it's a desire of the Creator that is in you, then you will start to attract different things into your experience.
You're so right.
That you call mindfulness.
Yeah, definitely. I really want to give you a spiritual hug right now.
Well, I'm hugging you back.
Tell me, Diva, what does the representation of life mean to you? That word life.
Well, I took the word life and I created it as an acronym, L.I.F.E. And what it stands for is living in full expectancy. Because if you can change, this is another mindfulness thing. If you can change yourself to sit and think about what is it that I want to live as my full experience of my life, all the time, all day, any day, you begin to live in full expectancy of your good every day. I expect good to happen to me today. I expect something good is going to happen on the planet today. I expect that something wonderful is happening in my experience. living in full expectancy of the all good on a daily basis, all day, every day, will change your life. Change your thinking, change your life.
I completely agree. And you know, what comes into a big part to play within everything that you mentioned there about life is gratitude. Tell me about the power behind daily gratitude in life.
The thing about gratitude is when you are grateful for just having breath, when you are grateful for something as simple as being able to see, when you are grateful for, just anything, an apple. I'm eating an apple. I'm so grateful there was a tree that grew this apple for me to eat this one apple.
Wow, what a way to look at it.
Okay. That is sustaining your life because you got an opportunity to eat something and you're grateful for that. But the power of gratitude comes from the standpoint that we're so grateful for the things that are happening in our experience that we don't have time to ask for anything anymore because we understand that everything is already given. There is nothing on the planet that is not already given. There's money, there's food, there's health, there's everything that you need because universe is already provided. Being grateful brings you into the mindful understanding that all that you could ask for is already given. You can literally get yourself to a point that when you pray, there's nothing to pray for. There's only to be grateful for what is. And when you can get to that place that you are in higher realization of your own experience, that all there is to pray for is to be grateful. I am grateful for the opportunity for the protesters to come together, all ethnicities on the planet. This is a global healing. I am so grateful for that. I am so grateful for the opportunity that George sacrificed his life in order for us to have a healing on the planet. We can turn everything to an opportunity to be grateful. Everything can be turned into an opportunity to be grateful. Because in spiritual realm, there is no life, there is no death, there is no poverty, there is no hunger, there is no sickness, there is no disease. There is none of that exists on a spiritual level. None of it exists. All that there is love and balance and peace and joy. And people say, no, that's not true, Diva, because I'm not living in joy. I'm not living in peace. I'm not living in perfect health. I'm not living. But that does not mean that it does not exist at a higher dimension. We live in disease because our mind is set on sickness. We live in poverty because the mind is set on being poor. We live in tribulation and government unrest because we allow these people to come and be in government to dictate to us what it is that we should be doing when it really works the other way because we, the people, actually are supposed to be the ones that tell government what it is we want to do, but we don't exercise our vote. So, we can get deep on how to balance it between the physical world and the spiritual world. But the bottom line is it all goes back to mindfulness. How do I change my life if I can't change my mind?
Yeah, you're so right. For my listeners right now, wherever they are in any country and in any circumstance that they've got at the moment, the lack of within their life, from your own experience, how should my listeners be living their life right now to achieve a fruitful life of prosperity and harmony?
Well, I'm going to start that off with a quote from Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela says, there is no passion to be found in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living.
Right.
So how they can live their lives right now is to start going back to the dream. What is it that you dream? What is it that you desire in your experience? What is it that you truly, really, really want in your life? People are afraid to know what they truly, truly want because they've been told what they're supposed to want. From the time you're a little kid, you're told what you're supposed to want. Oh, you can't do that because it doesn't pay you enough money. So that dream is not sufficient. Why don't you just be a firefighter? Why don't you just be a doctor? Why don't you just be an attorney? And the person wants to just be a musician. That's all they want to do, or they just want to dance. Those are occupations that make money. And I'm speaking I raised my son. He's a professional actor. All he ever wanted to do was to be an actor.
He's a great actor. He's got a new show out at the moment as well, hasn't he?
Yes, he has a new show. He's a series regular on a television show called Siren that airs on Freeform, which used to be ABC Disney or Disney Family. I believe that's what it used to be. But the bottom line is Ian never wanted to do anything else except for be an actor.
Yeah.
And he has a 4-year college education in acting. He is what they call a professionally trained actor. He's what they call classically trained in the industry. That's what means you have a 4-year college education in acting.
Yeah.
So he wanted to go to school for acting. The thing is that he never had another dream, but I never squashed it. My dream as a child was squashed. I was told what I was supposed to do. And I was confused all of my young adulthood because it was never what I wanted to do. I didn't want to do that. It wasn't my desire, my dream, even though my parents said, oh, you make A's in this. You should do this because you're good at this particular education. Well, that's great, but it wasn't what I wanted. So people don't understand that there's a difference because they're told you need to know what your purpose on the planet is. And you need to know what your purpose is. Well, guess what? Because you're here, that's your purpose.
Exactly.
On the planet is just to be here. You were born. You are here. You were created. Universe puts you here. Spirit puts you here. Or God or whatever you want to call the creator put you here. That is your purpose. Your purpose is to live life and to figure out how to live it well. You are here to live life and to live it more abundantly. More abundantly means learn stuff every day so that you have more abundance in your life. And abundance is not just money. Abundance is joy. Abundance is health. Abundance is all good. It's balance. It's order. Abundance is all of that, including prosperity. You are here on purpose. You are divine design. That is your purpose in life. There is nothing else. Your passion is equal to your vocation. Your passion is equal to your dream. What you decide you want to do in your life is your passion. People teach you that you have to figure out your purpose. And the reason why you can't figure it out is because you didn't realize you are already doing your purpose, which is to live every day, to breathe, to learn. That is your purpose. Your passion is what it is you want to do, which is directly related to your dream. What is your dream? And if you will focus on your dream, I guarantee you, you will be in a position to start to live that dream. It will begin to manifest in your experience, and everything comes to you on a conveyor belt from spirit. If you've been putting negative stuff on your conveyor belt, the conveyor belt is delivering negative stuff to you. So you got to start putting positive stuff on the conveyor belt so that it will eventually start to bring positive to you. This is mindfulness again. You have to sit in meditation. You have to contemplate your life. You have to have gratitude. You have to exercise those 3 things in order for you to get to a place where you believe your dream. You have to believe your dream. Johnny, all you ever wanted to do was do what you do right now.
You know what? As you're talking on there, I'm going in a little journey in my head, and I'm looking at myself, and you know me, I've always taken that leap of faith. I've always focused on what I want to do and what I want to achieve in my life. I've never had any restrictions. I've just dived in head first. And I'm trying to figure out why. And I know there is There's a few reasons why. I meditate regularly, at least once a day. So I visualize and I create an opportunity or a goal in my head that I want to achieve. Secondly, I've never got the news on the telly. I've always got Tony Robbins, Les Brown, who you know very well.
Yes.
Dyer, whatever it may be. And thirdly, I feel that I'm very grateful for everything in my life, and I've always got a positive outcome on my life, and I know that they've massively contributed into my success today. But why do you feel so many people restrict from living their dreams? And
because they're in fear.
Yeah.
Fear is so hard to overcome. And the reason why it's so hard to overcome is because there's so many layers. There's layers of fear.
Yeah.
And you realize that there's layers. So first you peel back the first layer and you say, I'm going to do this. And you get the courage and you do start to do it. And then something else comes up from your past that says, no, you can't do that. And so you have to work through that layer and you go, okay, well, I'm going to work through that. And so you get through that particular piece of fear. And then you say, okay, well, I'm good. I'm no longer fearful of this. And so you step out and you're going to do something again. And then all of a sudden, another layer of fear shows up. And they're all something different. They're not related. There's so many different layers of fear, and people are so stuck in fear. And then we have this whole thing about how the government uses fear to control us, which they do. Yeah. Everything fear mongering. The like you said, you don't watch the telly. That's because there's nothing on TV but fear.
Yeah.
Be afraid because the protesters are out and the people are looting. Well, guess what? Where I live here, I'm in Los Angeles, but where I live, there's nobody looting. There's no buildings busted open. They show you the 2 or 3 blocks on television that they just broke all the windows and everything and make it look so bad. And then when you drive through, you're like, oh, it's only about 2 blocks here that is really damaged.
Yeah.
So, but the whole world thinks that everything is on fire and then Rome is burning. It's not true. But that's how we want to keep the people in fear because you can't control people if they're not in fear. Fear is a way to control. Fear will keep you from moving forward. And if you can hold on to your dream, I guarantee you the dream will start to catapult you into a different direction. You will say, you know what? Forget this fear. You go back to the dream again. You go, I really want this in my life. And you go, forget this fear. Johnny, I saw you manipulate through Los Angeles as somebody coming from the UK and not knowing how to, and LA is a hard place to live.
Yeah.
Hard place.
Yeah.
Not because, just how expensive it is, but because it's hard to get to know people here.
Yeah.
Everybody here is being, into their own life, and we're a metropolis of people that come from everywhere else, and then everybody's in a clique over here and a clique over there. So it's hard to get traction if you don't know anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, but I saw you manipulate through that, and I saw you start to make some inroads, and I saw you walking the red carpets. I was like, this person has been here 2 weeks. How did he get on the red carpet? I knew you before you came here from UK. I was like, how the heck did he get on the red carpet? And my son was just starting to get his acting career off the ground. I introduced you guys, and I was like, these 2 guys are manifesting stuff like crazy. Just manifesting stuff. My son told me, and he's been one of my greatest teachers, I kid you not. My son told me, he goes, Mom, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
You
right.
gotta do it, is what he said. He says, Mom, you gotta understand, you're a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah.
That's how I came up with my whole concept of what I do, which is the whole fierce impact. And fierce impact, why I call it fierce impact, it's because we all have this fierce impact of a tragedy or a trauma or some childhood something or some broken relationship or something that happened. And you did too when you came here from UK. You had that too.
Yeah, let's talk about that actually, because I was fearless when I went out there. my circumstances changed. That's why I'm so eager to get back out there and smash it again, because as you said, I was really building a heavy foundation. I met so many people. I did so many amazing things in such a short time. And that's because I was absolutely fearless. And that situation, what happened to me when I was going to visit your brother on Venice Beach, you know, that knocked me for shit. That knocked my confidence and everything for a little bit. But it just made me even more hungry to get back out there and accomplish great things.
But see, that's what I'm talking about. That was a major traumatic experience that happened to you, negative experience that happened to you when you were here on Venice Beach. But you used that as a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about. People don't allow themselves to grow through whatever it is that they've gone through. In order to get to, you have to grow through. And if you don't grow, you're not going to get there. And the only way you can grow is to take the negative experience that has happened to you and figure out what you're supposed to learn from it.
Exactly.
What is the universe trying to teach me? What is the universe trying to get me to know here? And once you understand that, you open a key within yourself that opens a new realization that gives you more information in order for you to catapult yourself forward in life. A lot of people are living in a circle. They continue going back and back and back and forth to the same thing all the time. Same relationship, same type of job, same problem, same argument, same whatever, because they're not growing. You got to go through, to grow through, to get to.
You're absolutely right. And I'm hopeful that you've created a free masterclass for my listeners, right? I'm hopeful that one of the aspects of that is overcoming fear. Tell us about the masterclass.
Okay, yeah, I created a masterclass for your listeners that are listening to this broadcast, and you can get to it at fierceimpact.com/JPGift. That's fierceimpact.com/JPGift, JPGIFT. And the masterclass basically is about actually moving into your dream, what we've been talking about today. How you can actually learn how to manifest your dreams, how you can actually start to focus on what it is that you truly, truly want in your experience, how you can move past the fear, how you can overcome and break through the whatever it is that's holding you back. How can you get your breakthrough? So the masterclass that I'm giving you is a nice little piece of love coming directly from me to your listeners to help them to step into their dream, to step into the passion of what it is that they really want to live in life. So, and I know that if they will do the work that I'm sharing with them in the masterclass, that they will accomplish whatever it is that they want to have in their life. And I'm so grateful to have an opportunity to share that with your listeners. So again, it's at fierceimpact.com/JPGift for Johny Pach Gift, G-I-F-T, JP Gift.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. You know, just before we end up, and it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you today, and I'm just so motivated for the day. we're actually, because it's not very nice weather today, we're actually going to get the vision boards out, get the marker pens, start to visualize now and start to play some goals and some dream setting. We're going to be doing that today. So this conversation at 9 a.m. on a Saturday has just been absolutely the best platform to kickstart my day. And I just want to thank you so much for that.
You're so very welcome. I mean, I just want everybody to really understand you're here to live the magic of your life, not the misery you create from your fear and your self-doubt.
Brilliant. And I think we're going to end off on there. Look, just finally, where can the listeners find all of your work?
You can go to fierceimpact.com to find my work. Again, fierceimpact.com/JPGift for the free masterclass. And literally, I'm pretty much very searchable on the internet if you type in Dr. Diva Verdun. But you can find me at divaverdun.com. I have a blog there where you can read more information. There's over 1,000 articles there if you'd like to go there to just read different things. If you want to contact me, just send a message to info@fierceimpact.com and you will be able to get in touch with me through that.
Diva, thanks so much. Like, I'm giving you a virtual hug right now.
Back at you, my son, Johnny.
I cannot wait to see you. As soon as we're out there, let's do lunch.
Sounds good.
Bring Ian with me. I'll bring the fiance, and we can just talk our spiritual jargon for hours on end. Really looking forward to that.
Same here. I love you.
Yeah, lots of love. Have a lovely sleep. And
I don't know. I'm kind of pumped up now, so I don't know if I can go to sleep.
And look, yeah, have a wonderful sleep, and I will speak to you very soon. Thanks a lot.
All right, Johnny. Love you. Bye.
Lots of love. Bye. Hi, guys. What about that for a show? I hope you're all feeling invigorated, loved, happy, inspired, motivated to just living a wonderful life and attracting into your life absolutely anything that you want to achieve. My great friend, Dr. Diva Verdun, all the way from Los Angeles. Oh, she's such an incredible person. You know, she's a renowned speaker, author, and intelligence expert. She just has such a deep desire and passion to help people to live their dreams. It was great to catch up with her, just to kind of reconnect about our friendship. Looking forward to seeing her for sure. And I really hope you guys learned so much about that interview. And it maybe gave you a little bit of a kick up the bum into realizing maybe what you're not doing in your life right now, how you're not growing spiritually, how you're not focusing on living your dreams and attracting your goals into your life. She also highlighted the necessary steps that each and every one of us need to take. The life's fundamental questions, the emphasis, the importance of taking responsibility on your life. Well, I hope you all love the show. Get following Dr. Diva Verdun. She's everywhere, all over Instagram, Facebook. Check out her website. If you want to join in for one of her courses, I strongly recommend it. Peace out, guys. Hope you love the show. Leave your comments and reviews, and I will see you all very soon.